What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Thank you so very much for tuning back in. I really do appreciate it. In this video, I wanted to go ahead and do my way too early prediction for the 2022 season for the Arizona Cardinals, how I think they're going to go ahead and, end up by the end of the season. Now, we did actually finally get the rest of the preseason games. I know a lot of people don't really care about preseason, but needless to say, this is going to be the 3 games for the preseason for the Arizona Cardinals, starting with August the 12th against the Cincinnati Bengals, and then August the 21st against the Baltimore Ravens, and then ending the finale of the preseason, ending it with the Tennessee Titans, and that's going to be in August the 27th. But we're not here to talk about preseason. We're here to talk about regular season and how I feel like my Arizona Cardinals are going to do this year. Before we get started, definitely do me one huge favor. Follow me on all social platforms, as well as smack that like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Let's get started here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start off the season with an absolute banger. This is going to be probably one of the best games. I hope it's going to be one of the best games in the season opener for, the NFL just in general, but it's going to be the Arizona Cardinals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Absolutely amazing game. Starting off the season on September the 11th. What do I have the Arizona Cardinals happen here, right? This is going to be a really good matchup. I'm hoping quarterback Kyler Murray versus quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, storybook type of thing for years to come. But we got to go ahead and prove it here first. Now, for this game specifically, I do think we're going to go ahead and drop the season opener. And not just because I don't have faith in my Arizona Cardinals, but Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick Mahomes, and I know he lost Tyreek Hill. I'm fully aware of that, but he still has the weapons. I think if you're going to go ahead and ask me, do I have more faith in Andy Reid or Cliff Kingsbury, I'm going to give the edge up to Andy Reid. So I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals are going to start off 0-1 on the 2022 season. But let's move on to week 2, and that's going to be against the Las Vegas Raiders, and that game is going to be pretty interesting to me. Derek Carr doesn't really kind of, scream anybody really scary for me specifically, but they did add a huge weapon in Devontae Adams, and Chandler Jones is over there, and he's going to do all his best to sack Kyler Murray, which I'm a little fearful for. But I do think our Redbirds will take the W there and then start off the season 1-1, getting their first win against the Raiders. Now, moving on to the next game, this is going to be against the Los Angeles Rams, which I hate to see them on our schedule, but hey, let's try to knock them out in the beginning. So our week 3 matchup is going to be against the Los Angeles Rams, and this is going to be a home game for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I know the stigma that's been happening, we suck at home, but I think it's going to change this year. I'm having a little bit of faith, a little bit of optimism the closer we are getting into the season. So I do think the Arizona Cardinals are going to catch the Rams slipping, and I do think that we're going to pull off the W against the Rams. We're going to start off 2-1 in the season. Moving on to the next game against the Carolina Panthers. My goodness, guys. Do I even have to say this game? Like let's be honest, right? We do not do well against the Carolina Panthers. It's so crazy. I don't get it. But honestly, they could have the worst quarterback on the other side, and we still just never show up against them. So the Arizona Cardinals need to prove it to the fans. They need to prove it to themselves. So because they haven't done it in quite some time, I'm going to go ahead and give the leg up to the Carolina Panthers, and that's going to put us at 500, starting off 2-2. Moving on to the next game here, we got the Eagles. This is going to be an intriguing matchup to me. Last time Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts went, mano-a-mano, I thought this was a very good game. Obviously, the Arizona Cardinals end up pulling away with the win, and I do think this is going to, stay that way as well. What Philadelphia is doing over there, magical. They're doing really good things over there, but I do think that the Arizona Cardinals are a little bit, I believe more in Kyler Murray than I do in Jalen Hurts, just personally. So I'm going to get the win over there for the Arizona Cardinals, starting off the season 3-2. Moving on to the next game, and that's going to be against the Seattle Seahawks, the struggling Seattle Seahawks, I might have to add there. So obviously no more Russell Wilson over there. This is going to be a game at Lumen Field. I believe that is the name of the stadium now. So we are going over there, and we have so much good luck over there. We really do. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off the win for the Arizona Cardinals, being 4-2 against, so far on this young season. Moving on to the next game, that is going to be against the Saints. The Saints are very, very intriguing to me. I don't think they quite 100% know who's going to be their quarterback, but I do think that the Arizona Cardinals could pull off the win there. They're still a very tough team, especially defensively, but I do think the Arizona Cardinals are going to go ahead and get the win there. So that's going to be 5-2 on the season. Moving on to the next game, and that is going to be against the Vikings. Now, the Vikings are very intriguing. This last year we did beat them, but it was because of a field goal that their kicker missed, and maybe the Arizona Cardinals might have got lucky, maybe not, but I do think the Arizona Cardinals are going to get the loss on this one. I know, I get it. A lot of people don't want to see Patrick Peterson celebrate, but I do think that they're going to pull up the W against the Arizona Cardinals. So that's going to bring us back down to earth. That's going to be 5-3 on the season. Moving on to the next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks again. Very familiar faces, especially very, very close together. Now, that one is going to be here. That's going to be here at State Farm Stadium. Now, usually how it works is we go there, we beat them. They come here, they beat us. It's been happening for years and years, and I don't think that trend's going to end. Except this year, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals will sweep the Seattle Seahawks because they are just absolutely in a rebuild mode right now. They're in absolute rebuild mode, and their quarterback situation is very, very scary. So I do have the Arizona Cardinals sweeping the Seattle Seahawks this year. So that's going to put us at 6-3 on the season. Moving on to the next game, we got the Los Angeles Rams. Now this is going to be in LA. I'm not going to talk too much about this. I do think that we will split the series against the Los Angeles Rams. They will be beating us, and we'll be beating them once as well. So far, that's going to put us to 6-4, which is still a really good record. Don't panic yet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't panic yet. Moving on to the next game, we got back-to-back division games, or actually, I'm sorry, back-to-back-to-back division games, which is definitely pretty, interesting to see there. But we are going to see Trey Lance, but this is going to be in our house. This is going to be a very intriguing matchup because I want to see what Trey Lance does in his second year. This is a tough one. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to get caught slipping. And I'm going to give the win over to the... this is a tough one. Yeah, I'm going to give the win over to the 49ers. We're going to lose at home. It sucks, but we're going to be 6-5 on the season. Moving on to the next game, we got Justin Herbert versus Kyler Murray, which that's also a very intriguing matchup as well. I'm very excited about this one. I think the Arizona Cardinals can pull off this win. Now, they have weapons for days over there, and I'm fully aware of that, but the Arizona Cardinals are going to be pissed off with the back-to-back losses, and they're going to go ahead and pull off the W there, being 7-5 on the season. Now, moving on to the next game, it is against the Patriots. Mac Jones, is he the real deal? Is he not the real deal? Bill Belichick, I kind of feel like has our number a lot. This is going to be a very, very tough one for me to decide on. This is a tough one. This is in our home. Mac Jones versus Kyler Murray. But Bill Belichick versus Cliff Kingsbury. This is an absolute tough one, ladies and gentlemen. For this one, I'm going to have to give the W over to... I'm going to have to give the W to the Arizona Cardinals for this one just because I have more faith in Kyler than I do in Mac Jones. So that puts us at 8-5. We are trending in the right direction. Moving on to the next game, we got the Broncos. But not just the Broncos, ladies and gentlemen. A Russell Wilson-led Broncos. Now, at this point into the season, he's already fully aware of what's going on in his offense. And I do think that that Broncos team will be beating the Arizona Cardinals. Not only... they got Russell Wilson, but we are going into Denver, which kind of has its own, level of oxygen over there. And I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be quite happy with what's happening over there. So I'll give the W over to the Broncos over there, being 8-6. So far, not so bad. And then we got a stretch coming after, which is going to be pretty interesting to see. We got the Buccaneers, the Falcons, and then the 49ers. So let's go to the Bucks. Who do I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to win against the Buccaneers? Tom Brady. Oh, this is a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. This is an absolute tough one. Do I think the Arizona Cardinals can pull off the win here? We got 3 games left before the season is over. I'm so tempted to give the ball over to my Arizona Cardinals just because I'm bringing in the homer card here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say Kyler Murray is going to go ahead and stick it over to Tom Brady. We don't see him very much, but this is going to be where the lights shine the brightest. And I do think the Arizona Cardinals can pull off the win here. Call me crazy, but I do believe we can get the W there at our house. Now, moving on to the next game, this is the Atlanta Falcons. I don't need to spend too much time against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just going to go ahead and call it a W there, and that is going to put us in a double-digit wins already. That's going to be 10-6 so far, and then we're going to be ending the season against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this one here is very intriguing to me. Before, I had the 49ers beating us in a back-to-back. This one, I do think that the Arizona Cardinals can pull off the W. It is away. It's going to be in their place. I believe it's Levi's Stadium. So I think the Arizona Cardinals can pull off the W here. So that puts us in a grand total of 11-6 on the season. Now, that's a better record than last year. 17 games, 11-6. Now, there might have been some games right there that can sway the other way, right? Like Tampa Bay, the Vikings could have swayed the other way as well. But I'm trying to keep us on the progression level, but nothing too crazy. There has been some teams on here that I feel like the Arizona Cardinals, if they want to win, they have to prove it to the fan base. Like the Panthers, they need to prove it to themselves that they can do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Arizona Cardinals ending at 11-6 on the season with a wild card opportunity. I don't think we're going to win the division. I do think it's going to go again. I think it's going to be the Rams. I really do. And like I said, if the Cardinals want it, they got to go through the Los Angeles Rams. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you guys think, let me know in the comments below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm out.